There's something about unspoken attraction. It's there, it's real, but most men never see it. Think about it. Have you ever been around a woman who acts a little different when you're near? Maybe it's the way she looks at you when she thinks you won't notice. Maybe it's how her energy subtly shifts, how she lingers just a second longer in conversation, or how she always seems to end up near you without ever making it obvious. It's easy to miss. Most guys do. They assume she's just being nice, just being friendly. They chalk it up to coincidence. But here's what they don't realize. Attraction always leaves clues. A woman who's secretly into you won't always say it outright. She won't just text you, "Hey, I like you," or walk up and make it obvious. Instead, she'll express it in ways that are subtle, subconscious, and sometimes completely unintentional. And the men who understand these signals, they never miss an opportunity. Because the truth is, she's not just acting this way around everyone. She's not giving everyone those little glances, that extra second of eye contact, or those seemingly random moments of attention. It's specific, it's calculated, even when she doesn't realize she's doing it. Most guys think attraction is about what's said out loud, but the reality, it's about what's left unsaid. And once you start noticing these hidden signs, you'll begin to see them everywhere. You'll recognize when a woman is secretly drawn to you without her ever having to say a word. So if you've ever wondered, is she into me or am I imagining things? This is for you. Because today we're breaking down 3 hidden signs a woman is secretly attracted to you. And once you know these, you'll never second guess again. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Stream for more insights on attraction, confidence, and social dynamics. If you find this video helpful, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Have you ever noticed a woman giving you these signs? Let's talk about it. Now let's get started. Sign number 1. She's hyper-aware of your presence. Attraction isn't always loud. It doesn't always come in the form of obvious flirting, direct compliments, or bold moves. More often, it's subtle. It's in the way a woman reacts to you, even when she's not speaking. And one of the biggest hidden signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you, she becomes hyper-aware of your presence. Now, what does that mean? It means that the moment you walk into the room, something shifts in her. Her body language, her energy, her focus, it all subtly changes, even if she tries to play it cool. She notices you immediately. A woman who is attracted to you is tuned into you in a way that she can't fully control. Even if she's busy talking to someone else, you'll see a quick flicker of recognition when you walk in. She might glance over, just for a second. But it's not just about the look. It's about how often she does it. Ever felt like someone was checking on you without actually coming over? That's this sign in action. She'll steal glances, subtly track your movements, and even if she looks away quickly, she's still aware of exactly where you are in the room. Her body reacts to you without her realizing. When a woman is attracted to you, her body starts reacting instinctively. She may straighten her posture the moment you're near, as if she suddenly wants to present her best self. Adjust her outfit, touch her hair, or check her reflection. All subconscious grooming behaviors women do when they want to look their best around someone they like. Angle herself toward you, even when she's talking to someone else. If her feet, shoulders, or entire body keep pointing in your direction, that's a huge subconscious tell. Her energy changes. When you're around, have you ever noticed a shift in someone's personality when you enter the room? That's because your presence affects her. If she was laughing loudly with friends, she might suddenly become softer and more aware. If she was quiet before, she might suddenly become more engaged and expressive. This happens because your presence matters to her. It's creating a reaction, even if she's not saying a word to you. She mirrors you without thinking about it. One of the biggest psychological signs of attraction is mirroring. When we're drawn to someone, we subconsciously copy their body language, energy, and even speech patterns. So if you're leaning on the table and a few moments later she does the same, that's mirroring. If you slow down your speaking pace and she unconsciously matches it, that's another sign. This kind of synchronization isn't something people do with just anyone. It's a subconscious way of building a deeper connection. She accidentally ends up near you. Have you ever noticed that somehow a certain woman always seems to be near you, even if you didn't actually walk over to each other? Maybe she chooses a seat close to you, hovers nearby at social events, or just happens to be in your general area over and over again. That's not a coincidence. A woman who is secretly attracted to you will instinctively position herself within your orbit. She might not make it obvious, but if you start paying attention, you'll notice that she always finds subtle ways to close the gap between you. Why this matters? Most men focus on what a woman says, but the truth is her body and behavior will reveal more than her words ever will. If she's hyper-aware of your presence, adjusting herself around you, mirroring your energy and positioning herself closer, she's giving off strong attraction signals. And the key? Noticing the patterns. If she does this once, it could be a coincidence, but if you see this happening again and again, she's definitely feeling something for you. Now that you know this first sign, let's move on to sign number 2, because the next one is even harder for her to hide. Sign number 2, she finds ways to be in your orbit. Attraction isn't always about the words someone says. It's about where they place themselves in relation to you. A woman who is secretly drawn to you will find ways to be in your orbit again and again. Even if she never directly confesses her feelings, her actions will expose what she won't say out loud. Think about it. Have you ever noticed a woman just happening to be near you more often than seems natural? Maybe she always chooses a seat close by, stands near you in a group setting, or lingers a little longer in your presence than necessary. These aren't coincidences. She's finding reasons to stay close to you. She's always randomly around. Attraction works in mysterious ways. When a woman is interested, her subconscious mind starts pulling her toward you. It might not even be intentional, but somehow she's always there. You go to a social gathering and she just happens to choose the seat next to you. At work, she ends up on the same side of the room as you during meetings, even when she could have sat anywhere. If you're at the gym, she seems to use the equipment near you more often than makes sense. If it's a party, she might not come straight up to you, but she'll position herself nearby, interacting with others while keeping you within her peripheral vision. These aren't accidents. She's orbiting you. She changes her routine to match yours. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she might start showing up in places she never used to frequent, especially if she knows that's where you'll be. If you usually grab coffee at a certain spot, suddenly she's there too. If you take the same lunch break every day, she just so happens to start taking hers around the same time. If you go to the gym in the evenings, guess who suddenly starts working out in the evening instead of the morning? She may try to make it seem natural, but once you start noticing how often she appears in your usual spaces, it becomes clear. She's aligning her schedule with yours. She uses accidental touch points to cross paths with you. Sometimes she won't just appear in your orbit. She'll create little moments to interact with you. She might ask you a casual question that she easily could have Googled just to spark a conversation. She could accidentally bump into you in a hallway or public space, then flash an apologetic smile. She might even playfully tease you or find a reason to give you a light touch on the arm or shoulder. All of these are subtle ways of breaking the physical and emotional barrier while keeping things low risk for her. She finds excuses to stick around. Pay attention to the moments after a conversation seems like it should naturally end. Does she linger a little longer? Does she hesitate before walking away? Maybe she adds just one more comment, laughs a little extra, or finds another small reason to extend the interaction. That's her not wanting to leave your presence. She may not be able to say, "I don't want this conversation to end," but her body language will say it for her. She gets involved in the same activities as you. If you're passionate about something, whether it's a sport, a hobby, or a regular event, watch for signs that she suddenly takes an interest in it too. If you're into a specific TV show, she might mention that she just started watching it. If you play a certain sport, she might casually bring up how she's thinking about trying it. If you go to a particular networking event, suddenly she's interested in attending too. These little changes aren't coincidences. She's actively making herself a part of your world. Why this matters. A woman who isn't interested won't go out of her way to align her life with yours. She won't accidentally keep ending up in your space or subtly finding ways to extend interactions. But a woman who is secretly attracted to you, she'll make sure she's close enough for something to happen without making it too obvious. And if you start noticing these patterns, you're already on her radar. Now let's move on to sign number 3, because this next one is nearly impossible for her to hide. Sign number 3, her energy changes around. Your attraction isn't just in what someone says, it's in how they feel when they're around you. A woman who is secretly attracted to you won't always put her feelings into words, but her energy will shift in noticeable ways whenever you're near. Maybe she suddenly becomes more playful, more engaged, or more nervous. Maybe she gets quieter, more fidgety, or even extra confident. The key thing to understand is this: her emotional state reacts to your presence. She isn't like this around everyone. It's specific to you. She lights up. When she sees you, one of the clearest signs of attraction is a sudden energy boost the moment you enter the scene. If you walk into a room and her face instantly brightens, that's not by accident. If she was having a dull or neutral conversation before, but suddenly becomes more animated when you join in, that's a sign. If she wasn't paying much attention to her surroundings, but now she's fully tuned into you, something is going on beneath the surface. When a woman is attracted to you, her energy naturally rises when she's around you. It's like a subconscious excitement that she can't fully control. She gets playful and teasing. Some women express attraction through light-hearted teasing. If she's comfortable enough, she might start challenging you in a fun way, joking around or even poking fun at you. If you say something, she might mockingly repeat it back to you with a smirk. If you make a statement, she might playfully disagree just to spark a fun debate. If you're out with a group, she might single you out with little jokes or exaggerated reactions. This is her way of engaging with you in a more personal and intimate way. Teasing creates tension, the kind that's filled with chemistry. She becomes more nervous or fidgety. On the flip side, not every woman reacts with playful confidence. Some women get visibly nervous around someone they're secretly attracted to. She might fidget with her hands, jewelry, or hair. She may suddenly start adjusting her posture as if she's hyper-aware of how she looks. Her voice may get softer, or she may stumble over her words more than usual. If she's holding something like a glass, phone, or a pen, she may play with it absent-mindedly while talking to you. This nervous energy happens because your presence is affecting her. She might be trying to stay composed, but her body is giving away her excitement. She starts matching your mood and energy. Have you ever noticed that when you're relaxed, she seems more relaxed too? And when you're excited about something, she suddenly matches your enthusiasm? This is called emotional mirroring, and it's a strong subconscious sign of connection. When we like someone, our brains naturally sync up with their emotions. That's why, if you're speaking passionately about something, she leans in and gets equally engaged. If you're laughing, she laughs, even if what you said wasn't that funny. If you're in a deep, calm conversation, she lowers her voice to match your tone. This isn't something she does intentionally. It's just her subconscious trying to build connection. She becomes more shy or reserved. Not every woman will become more energetic around you. Some women react to attraction by becoming quieter and more reserved. If she was talkative before you arrived, but now seems a little shy, she's feeling something. If she's suddenly more careful with her words, it's because she doesn't want to say the wrong thing in front of you. If she usually has strong opinions but gets a bit softer or more agreeable around you, she might be trying to align herself with you. This kind of reaction happens when a woman is attracted but doesn't want to make it obvious. She has a hard time leaving the conversation. Pay attention to the end of your interactions. If a woman is secretly attracted to you, she won't want the moment to end. If a conversation naturally winds down, she might add something extra just to keep it going. If you're about to leave, she might linger for just a second longer, as if hoping you'll say something to keep her there. If she's with a group, she might wait until the last possible moment to leave if you're still there. A woman who isn't interested will keep things short and polite, but a woman whose energy is drawn to you, she'll find subtle ways to make the moment last. Why this matters? Attraction isn't always something a woman can put into words, but her energy will always reveal the truth. If she lights up when you're near, gets playful, nervous, or mirrors your emotions, she's feeling something. If she lingers in conversations and finds reasons to stick around, she's drawn to you. And once you notice these shifts in her energy, you'll start recognizing them everywhere. Final takeaway. What this really means. Attraction is rarely about words alone. It's about the energy, the patterns, and the unspoken signals. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, she might not say it outright, but her behavior will tell the real story. We've covered 3 hidden signs that reveal when a woman can't help but be affected by your presence. If she's hyper-aware of you, constantly finding ways to be near you, or if her energy shifts the moment you enter the room, those aren't coincidences. So what should you do with this knowledge? First, pay attention. So many men miss the subtle signals women give because they assume interest has to be obvious, but attraction isn't always loud. It often hides in the little things, the extra second of eye contact, the way she mirrors your body language, the way she lingers when she doesn't have to. Second, be intentional. If you start noticing these patterns, don't just brush them off. Test the waters. See how she reacts when you hold eye contact a little longer. Notice if she responds positively when you engage her in conversation. Confidence isn't about assuming every woman likes you. It's about recognizing when one does and acting accordingly. And finally, stay grounded. Attraction is powerful, but it's not the foundation of a strong connection. If you truly want to build something meaningful, focus not just on chemistry, but on compatibility. The real magic isn't just in who's drawn to you, it's in who aligns with you. So next time you're around a woman and you notice these hidden signs, you'll know exactly what they mean. And before you go, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment below, and subscribe to Stoic Stream for more insights on attraction, relationships, and self-mastery. Until next time, stay sharp, stay confident, and stay in control.